Here's some fun news. Marvel Rivals is finally up in the ante and holding weirdos that be saying the worst things imaginable to absolute strangers accountable for the words that they say by implementing a feature that records everything you say in their matches, and the social rejects are not having it. In an article posted to PC Gamer, Marvel Rivals has started screening your in-game voice chat for moderation purposes to make the game a better place for everyone. Adding, to keep Marvel Rivals experience spiritually pure while you're being choked out by Emma Frost, NetEase will be starting to monitor in-game chat, automatically screening it and reviewing any suspect language with human review. This means we will catch more toxic behavior, explains creative director All players using inappropriate language would be penalized, making the game a better place for everyone. Adding lastly, as to what inappropriate language means, I'm sure it'll be revealed in time, but I'll be surprised if NetEase start cracking down on a few curses, given most auto screeners listen out for the tone of voice and context more than the swears themselves. As for policy concerns, this sort of auto screening using AI is pretty commonplace in modern video games. Call of Duty's been doing it since 2023. And I want to add to that last line there, games have been doing this for a really long time. This is not a new feature whatsoever. And I'll use myself for example. Here's a fun story, and I'll never forget this. This was incredibly embarrassing, and I don't get embarrassed very easily. And believe it or not, I actually have the box. This is an oldie but a goodie called City of Villains. This game was made all the way back in 2005. I'm not old, relax. I'm not old. I'm the last of the 90s babies. I'm no one's unc. Don't call me that. Anyway, we picked this game up from Target maybe like in 2007, 2008. By the way, this is a side tangent, but it's going to wrap around and incorporate itself perfectly in the story. Give me time to cook. Dinner is almost done. Let me cook. I'll wrap it around. It come back around and it makes sense in a second. Just give me a moment. 07, new game, City of Villains. It's an MMORPG where you basically run around and terrorize the city. Or if that wasn't your vibe, you can pick up City of Heroes. I don't have that, I just have Villains, but they kind of play the same. And the City of Heroes is basically the opposite. You're saving the day, you're helping people, you're a good guy. It worked just kind of like World of Warcraft in the sense of you had the Horde and Alliance, two different teams, kind of the same game, but you know, different backgrounds, different areas. Except this game didn't have a whole lot of roaches. I'm just playing. All right, so now that we laid the foundation for this story, let's build. So a few months go by and I'm settled in, I'm conditioned, I'm comfortable, I'm cocky, and this is where things go south. One day I'm playing a very high level elite dungeon. I don't remember what it was for the life of me, but it was very high stakes. A lot to win, a lot to lose. Long story short, I lose. I get packed up, mission failed, game over, back to the lobby. And I'm livid, angry, seething, seeing red. And the kicker was, it was nobody's fault but my own. It was a solo mission, just me versus the computer. All bots, all AI, no humans was there. I didn't have a team. It was just me versus everybody. So after I lost that mission, I had so much vitriol built up in me. I had to release it some type of way, otherwise I was going to explode. So I hit the T button on my keyboard, navigated to general chat, and let my Twitter fingers fly. I mean, I was saying all kinds of motherfuckers, lame ass boys, ass, I kill your family. I mean, you name it, I said it. I was upset. I was speaking to the void. I wasn't talking to anyone in particular. No one messed up in this situation but me. But I was angry. I needed to voice my opinion. Through the power of my fingers, I was concocting a beautiful symphony, a masterpiece, if you will. I was preaching into the void, unloading into the ether, or so I thought. The following day, I was 9, mind you. I was like 9 or 10 years old, very young. I go to log in like I do every other day, put in my username and password, and I click enter, and I've been suspended. Oh, this cannot be. I must have entered it in wrong. Type in my username and password again. Bam, your account has been suspended. So now I'm confused. I'm going through my head like, what did I do? What could have happened? And then I have an Arthur style flashback to just the night before. And I'm like, I said some pretty crazy things. And then I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I'm not too upset by that. And as I'm thinking about all the stuff that I said and me being suspended, even more terrifying thought crosses my mind. Because this game was rated T for teen, and I, at the time, was a child. I was like 10. My mom made this account for me, and she signed it up with all the parental controls and moderation you could imagine. So, as I'm sitting at my computer thinking, I wonder if she's gonna get a message about me being suspended. I hear my name get called from the other room, and the tone of voice I'm sure we've all been called by our parents before. It's that tone of voice when they're pissed the f off because you've done something ridiculous, and now it's their time to get their get back. So she calls me into her room. I go in there, she has her laptop open, turns the screen around, and she said, "This you?" At this point, I'm confident I'm about to get sent back to the lobby. It's GG's for me, boys. So City of Villains sent my mom a full transcript of every single thing that I said that day and hand delivered it in an email to my mom. She saw everything. In reality, I was only suspended off of City of Villains for 2 days, but my mom's punishment was 2 months. That means no internet, no Toontown, no Club Penguin, no Maple Story, no City of Villains for 2 months. I was held accountable. You know, I said some crazy shit and I was forced to be held accountable for the things that I said. And since then, I would like to say overall, my language has been pretty good. I haven't said anything too crazy. Even though I was screaming at, you know, computer bots in the video game, I was not aiming that anger and frustration and language towards anyone in particular. I was just mad that I lost the game. But that last point I said is important. I was held accountable for the things that I said. Just like how Marvel Rivals is holding their members accountable for it. See, I told you it all wrapped back around again. I got a perfect story. It'll wrap back around. You have to be patient with me. I think it's important to have some type of level of moderation for chats in games, whether it be or just text over keyboard, like for me in the City of Villains, or the crazy shit people have said over Marvel Rivals. I've been playing since December of last year, and I've heard every slur in the book used all type of ways that I couldn't even fathom. Mind you, this is a video game, not super high stakes. I was playing maybe Silver 2 lobbies, so not even like the Grandmaster and Celestial, at the way up, pretty low stakes, pretty low tiers, and people are already wilding in that game. Something needs to happen. There needs to be some type of moderation put into place, because there's a difference between berating a team member being like, oh man, you fucking suck. You popped your ult at the wrong time, or oh, can you hop off Wolverine? You're 0-5, or it's a little nitpicky, but it's more constructive criticism. I'm talking about the language where it's like hard R's, the R word, the F word. I mean, just like all the worst slurs. And I've had that hurled at me. I've had that hurled at team members. I've heard that just out there in the game numerous times. I play pretty frequently, and within a 7-day span, I hear it at least 5 times, either seeing it in text or hearing someone say it over mic. It's not fun. It's not a great time. It doesn't feel good. I don't understand why people think this is a great thing to have in there. It doesn't feel good to be called those things. It doesn't feel good to hear that stuff around you. It has nothing to do with the game. If anything, that takes you out of the experience, and now you focus on a fucking racist. You focus on the sexist guy who's saying unimaginable things to strangers. Like, it's so weird. Again, it's one thing to criticize team members for making bad calls and making bad movements, not hopping off Wolverine or hopping off Spider-Man. That's one thing. It's another thing to call somebody a fucking monkey. Like, what is this? And the kicker is, this is stuff people would never say in person. Face to face, off of the internet, off of the games, standing in front of these people. This is stuff they wouldn't even consider saying. Now you can't go into lobbies calling people whatever the fuck you want. Again, I'm all for a little jabbing here and there, a little fuck you, a little get off this character, you're trash, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm fine with that. The issue comes where people take it far past that, and that happens way too often. And it sucks. And like I said, it's not a great feeling. It takes you out of the game. The immersion is broken. You're now dealing with a fucking racist. You don't want to play with that guy in your match anymore. You don't want to win this game anymore. Fuck that guy. I hope this does one of two things, or both. Either gets you off the game, because I see some people say, oh, I'm going to quit playing Marvel Rivals altogether. You're a weirdo. The fact that they're blocking you from saying slurs and ridiculous, heinous shit you would never say to people in real life, and that's enough to remove your experience of the game, you calling people despicable things, that's enough for you to stop playing the game, then stop playing the game. This isn't for you. I don't know what the fuck you thought this was. That's crazy that your experience of Marvel Rival is summed up if you're allowed to say horrendous things to other people. That's your version of video games. Go do that in the street. There's open your front door, you know, GG, good luck. See you on the news. I have yet to see any valid reason of why this shouldn't be implemented, unless it's by some weird fucking racist. You just want to be able to call people monkeys and hard R's and slurs whenever you want to. No, that's not a part of fucking Marvel Rivals. Where in Marvel Rivals user agreement does it say you can call people whatever the fuck you want? Point that out and then we'll have a discussion. It's not in there. People are so infatuated with the fucked up times of Halo 3 on the Xbox 360 days when people just went buck wild. And I remember that because I had an Xbox 360 and I was in those group chats. I wasn't talking a lot, but best believe I've heard some terrible, as a child by the way, heard some terrible things in that game. Not even funny, not cool, not edgy, just terrible things. Like, why would you say that type of thing? And I'm not a sensitive person at all. You can check out my content. I make fun of everybody. Everything's a joke for me. I haha and kiki with everybody. I'm not haha and kikiing with racists and sexists and homophobes. I'm good on that. You stay over there. I'll stay over here. We don't need any interaction whatsoever. And for whatever reason, if you not being able to say horrible things to strangers is enough to make you stop playing the game, then stop playing the game. You will not be missed. I mean it. I have yet to see any valid argument. Only thing I've saw on here that made me go, for a brief second was people saying like, oh, what about privacy concerns? And then my brain turned another gear and I instantly destroyed that topic. You're worried about privacy in a video game where 90% of the time you're saying, oh, watch out for Spider-Man, he's attacking our back line. Guys, can our healers heal some more? What the fuck, I almost got him. That's what you're worried about them recording? No, what you're actually worried about them recording is you saying terrible things. Not to mention, real quick, when you call up your bank or when you call up, I don't know, customer service, and before they send you through, they say, this call will be recorded for quality insurance purposes. They record your entire conversation. And this is oftentimes where you're giving them social security numbers, addresses, bank account, like all vital information is being recorded and sent to who the fuck knows where. And you're cool with that. But now that a video game is recording you say, oh shoot, Spider-Man's fucking me up on the back line. Now it's a privacy concern. No. You know that's not realistic. This bothers you because you want the freedom to say terrible things to people. And that's getting wrapped up today. I'm so excited this is gonna be a thing. And once again, so you can understand my argument completely, I'm in favor of having a little curse a guy out here and there. Hey, fuck you, you suck at this game. Your mom should have swallowed. Your daddy's ugly. Like a little jabbing here and there. That's cool. And that's not what they're aiming at to remove, by the way. People are getting that completely misconstrued. What they're aiming to remove is the absolute, that toxic fucked up shit that is rampant through this game. That has to go. The Halo and Call of Duty days of Xbox 360 time is over with. That's not happening anymore. And I'm all for it. That shit is gross. No one's going woke. No one's getting sensitive. Y'all are awful people. And now they're holding a mirror up to you and you can't stand the reflection. And I'm glad Marvel's doing things to pack you weirdos up because you guys gotta go. This is great. I can't wait for this feature to be added because best believe I am snitching. Oh my God. I can't wait. This is gonna make for a much better game. I'm really excited to see this. Marvel Rivals. Yo, real quick before I go, what do you think of the video? This is kind of a different format. I'm usually just uploading gaming stuff on here. But I wanted to try something different. This is a topic I did want to talk about because it does affect me quite a bit. And it has bothered me for a while. I was wondering why they haven't implemented this in the past. I feel like this is kind of like, a basic thing, but it's all good. We all come to the same spot eventually. But what do you think? Drop a like below. Let me hear what you guys say about this. What's your thoughts? Leave all that in the comment section below. That's it for me. I got to piss. So this has been, I'm gonna see you guys next time. All right.